Hello everybody, here we are getting ready to start another day of reveals. It is near 3 o'clock in the afternoon on the 11th of May 2022. It's Wednesday and I'm ready to get started. How do you guys grab that when I go after this 1955 D roll? This is a sufficiently old and well taped roll. I wanted to make sure that I got something that didn't look like it had been tampered with. Hello, Mr. Adams. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the tape open on this one. There we go. Looks good to me. Let's get this one opened up. Oh yeah, it looks nice. Looks like we've got a nice roll. Nice original looking 1955 D roll. Hello, Mr. Wookich. And so here we go. I'm going to go ahead and get started because we are close enough. I want to get 4 shows done today, 2 here in the afternoon and 2 later in the evening. I think that's how I've got them scheduled. And so here's the first. Yo man up for the first coin in the roll. And what do we have? Well, we do have a nice minor double serif RPM here. Let me get the light brighter. Draw it in just a little bit. Focus it just right. And you get the lighting situated and set. You can see that upper serif right now. Till I move things around. Okay, now you'll be able to catch the lower serif when I turn it like this. You can see the doubling right there in the lower serif. Lower and upper serif doubling. There's some nice die scratches and a clash in the throat. Make this one easy to identify for later on. We back off of this a little bit. There's a big die scratch coming out of the nose as well. Hello, Mr. Boudreau. And so, we go around, we take a look for anything else on here. We're going to check the first 10 coins for doubling on the reverse. Although 1955D is not one of those issues, it's known for doubling on the reverse. Looks like we got nothing there. But that one is an RPM. So it will be separated as an RPM. Now coin number 2, Carl. What does Carl get? Well, it looks like nothing in the mint mark area. The marker on this one's going to be all that fuzz on the top of the mint mark, and there is a die dot above the 19 right here and another die dot above the 95. So that'll be our marker for this particular die. See what we're getting as we go through this roll. And this one's got fuzzy stuff on the inside of the U of trust. And it doesn't look like anything else remarkable. I go back to the reverse and see what the reverse looks like on this one. Alright, nothing there. This one will be for Carl. Now coin number 3. This one goes to Eric. Eric now. Looks like yet a different die, but I'm not seeing anything on this one. I'll get in just a little bit closer and put it in better focus. Get a little bit easier to see what's going on. Okay, this one I've got Now a couple of little die scratches coming out of the bottom of the 1, and I've got this little pickle mark right here off the southeast corner of the D. And nothing doubled around the I. There is a really nice doubled I for 1955 D. It's FS101 DDO number 1. Very nice doubled die. We have found those before, so there's some chance we could find them again. But of course they also used probably close to 500 different obverse dies in 1955, and that was just one of them. Okay, here's another different die. This one's for Angie. This one's got that vertical die scratch above the center between the 1 and 9, or between the 9 and 5, I'm sorry. Right here. Nice little die scratch right there that we can use as a marker to tell us that we have seen this die before. And this one also appears that it could be a doubled eyelid. Looks like a doubled eyelid. Got a big nice crack on the skull. We'll hold this one out. See if I can find a better marker. That die scratch is really old. I don't really see anything. Let me flip it over and take a look at the reverse real quick and see what we come up with there. And I show nothing. I show nothing. I show nothing. Ho, Crappie Tim, Jesse, good day. My good people, Taco John, P. Adams, Andy. Got a bunch of you showing up now, huh? Okay, this looks like it used to be the roll-end coin before it went in the tube. And this is that die that has the little pickle mark between the top of the 1-9 and the top of the 9-5 right there. So we've seen this die before. And it wasn't anything the first time we saw it. So it's not going to be anything the second time we see it. Do have a little bit of toning on this one. That's for Stephen. Now let's look at coin number 6. Deanne. What do we get for Deanne? Well, there's another one of our nice little RPMs with a double split serif. It's got a split on the top and it's got a split on the bottom. And the die scratch in the throat. This is going to match our first coin out of the roll. Another nice little RPM. See what we get on this side, if anything. Not going to be a double die, but there could be something that's for a struck through or something nice on there. You never know. All right, this one's for Deanne. On to coin number 7 now. Coin number 7 for Adam. Coins and ghouls. Let's see what we get for him. Well, it's another one of our... Nope, this is a different RPM. This is a double split serif RPM, but the markers are completely different on it. We don't have the clash at the throat. We've got different die scratches at and on the face. No doubling on the obverse. And nothing on the reverse. So this one is a different RPM. And the next one for Malcolm. Malcolm's going to get one of our first RPMs again. This is our first RPM in the roll. Again, you've got the clash mark at the throat, plus you've got some die scratches at the throat. And a little bit of doubling to the south on the upper serif and the lower serif. This is going to be a D over D rotated counterclockwise. And here we go to Carl. Carl again. What do we get for Carl this time? Well, it appears to be out of focus. There we go. Nothing at all. So it has a small die break, it looks like, on the inside of the first 5, I think. On the inside of the first 5 of the date. And go on around, I don't see anything else here. And since we're still in the first 10 coins and we haven't seen this die before, let's check it again on the reverse and see what we see. Nothing at all. What was above the date on this coin? That is a scrape mark. Are you talking about this coin? Yeah, it was just a scrape mark. Hello, Eric. And here is number 10. Number 10 for Yo Man. And so we got yet another different die. This one's got a dot right in the middle of the mint mark. And it is not showing any sign of doubling. We've got 2 or 3 minor repunch mint marks so far, and a possible doubled eyelid out of what we've done so far. We're on coin number 11 now, which will be for Stanley. Let's take a look at coin number 11 now. And nothing there. And moving right along. Coin number 12. Number 12 is going to go to Mr. Reese. And we do have a nice roll here, so this is a good replacement roll. This is a replacement roll for, I believe, number 402, if I'm not mistaken. Was a 1955 D roll that we went through, and I decided that all of them were kind of nasty. So I decided that we were going to do a replacement roll and do it at my cost. And let's see what we have here. As all of the replacement rolls that I do from here through on out will have to be done at my cost. And my cost is roughly 50 cents per coin production cost, plus whatever the cost of the roll is. So basically, I'm giving you guys this roll for free. There's our possible doubled eyelid again, I think. Which it looks less possible now than it did before. Geyer, I'm not really sure. I don't remember what the coin before was. Unfortunately, I go through these a little bit too fast to be able to back up and know this coin before that coin was what. If he can give me a coin number, I'd be able to tell you. I'd go back and look at it. But without a coin number, I can't remember where I was. And we got nothing here. Pretty much most of what we'd be looking for on 1955D is either going to be the big double die or repunch mint marks. There's not really much more known than that. Same die again. This one's got that die scratch next to the D. Same die we just saw all over again. This will be coin number 16. Be right at 4 o'clock Eastern time. I'll pick up on the next roll. And then we've got 2 scheduled for tonight. So I think we've got 4 rolls scheduled today. There's another RPM for you. This is a rather minor RPM, but it's definitely there. This one will be for Mr. Adams. Hello, Mr. Bill. Got Penny Hoarder next. Penny Hoarder. And here is another one of our first RPMs. This one doesn't have the clash at the throat. It is the same die though, but it doesn't have the clash at the throat. So we got it on both sides of that clash. The before and after. Here's one, number 19, Dennis Paulson. There's another one. This one also doesn't have the clash. Oh yeah, it does. There it is. Okay. See, if you're looking at it like this, you're not going to see the clash. You turn it like this, you can see that clash mark. So that's another one of our first RPM of the roll. This one's for Dennis. Now number 20, Taco John. And Taco John is another RPM. This one's the one with the is it the one with the fuzzy and the U? No, it's not. It's a different one. But it is a nice little RPM. Alright. It had to have been coin number 9 that you're talking about. We'll go back and look at coin number 9. There might have been something above the date that we were perhaps missing. So here it is. Yeah. That above the date is just marks on the coin. That's coin number 9 right there. All right. On up, coin number 21 now. 21, Crispy. Crispy. What do we get for Crispy? Let me put us back in focus again. And it's another one of our first RPM on the roll. That big old die scratch coming out of the nose, too. Now, number 22. This one goes to Eric. And Eric will get, well, looks like a goose egg. Goose egg coin, nothing there. Now number 23. Mr. Paulson again. Mr. Dennis. Okay, all a bunch of nothing there. Now coin number 24. Mr. Reese. And that's the one that's got the stuff on the inside of the 5 of the date. And I don't see anything there. You can see that little bit of a die chip in the upper 5 the first 5 of the date. So nothing on that one. Now number 25. Number 25 for Dennis. This puts us halfway through the roll. And number 25 is a normal 1955 Lincoln Cent. We've seen this die a few times. And we get nothing there. Coin number 26 now. Penny Hoarder. Penny Hoarder. Nothing really there. Something to be said about 1955 Lincoln Cents. If you get over here to Liberty, let me flip it upside down so it shows a little bit better on the tops of the lettering of the B and the E of Liberty. There's a little bit of what appears to be doubling. This is very normal for all 1955 Lincoln Cents. This is something that was on the master die. There you go. It shows up on the top of the B. It shows on the top of the E right here on all 1955 Lincoln Cents. All 1955 Lincoln Cents are like this. So don't think you got something if you find one that has a little bit of doubling on the top of the B and the E. That's just normal. Get my lighting back up here. Focus back in track. And that one's for Penny Hoarder. Now number 27. Carl? As we speak, we are getting ready for the proof polls. First proof poll is the cent proof poll. It'll happen tomorrow evening. Tomorrow evening. Looks like I'm going to have 3 reveals during the day. And then tomorrow evening will be the cent proof poll. And then I'll do reveals Friday evening. And then Saturday evening will be the nickel proof poll. Here's coin number 28 now. Mr. Birchman. Angie, you haven't missed a lot. But here's one of the RPMs that we've been pulling out of this roll. It's a relatively minor split upper and lower serif. The main marker for it is a die scratch and a clash at the throat. There's the scratch and a clash at the throat and another scratch off the nose. And then I was just telling everybody about that doubling at the top of the BE of Liberty and how that is common to all 1955 cents and should not be mistaken for a double die. There's a normal 1955 D. Malcolm. Mr. Malcolm. It's going to get one of our first RPMs of the roll. There's your markers again. The other marker. And there we are. A lot of RPMs coming out of this roll. They're mostly minor, but they're there. Here's one for Angie. And this one's a normal coin. You can tell by that die scratch next to the D. And this one is a normal 1955 D. Oh, coin junkie. Next up, Mr. Birchman. What do we have for Mr. Birchman? Really minor, lower split serif RPM. I don't know if this will be listable, but I'm going to put it in the pile anyway. This is our possible doubled eyelid, I do believe, also. So that will make that a little more exciting if it is so. And that's for Mr. Birchman. Here's one for Crispy. Crispy will pick up, looks like a normal 1955 D Lincoln cent. And coin number 34, Taco John. Taco John now. No doubling on this one. Hello, Stanley. Number 35, Crispy. And let's see what we have here. Oh, we have another one of our RPMs. This one's going to have the scratch in the throat and the scratch off the nose. There's the one on the throat, and there's the one off the nose. So another example of a nice little RPM. A bunch of people end up with one of these. Penny Hoarder up next. This one has a hit on the lower part of the mint mark. That's what that is. It's been flattened out. It's otherwise a normal coin. Normal. Now for coin number 37, Deanne. And what does Deanne get? Well, it's another one of our RPMs. Scratch. Scratch. Boom. Now number 38, Mr. Reese. What do we get from Mr. Reese? Yeah, it's a normal one, I think. Yep. Methinks it's a normal 1955 D. Number 39 for Sureg. And Sureg will pick up. Looks like another normal coin. Now number 40, Carl. Carl? What does Carl get? Carl gets a nice RPM. Nifty little guy. I like that right there. I think we've seen this die once before. I do believe we might have. So I think this is the second one of these we've seen in this roll. Pull it out for Carl. And for Mr. Birchman. Mr. Mike, he gets the other roll ender. Looks like this is the other end of the original roll. A little bit toned down, somewhat slightly dark, but colorful. Got nothing. Unfortunately, a normal coin, other than the really pretty color it's got on the back and on the front. Deanne now. Deanne with the next coin. This one's going to be normal. Number 43. This one's for Eric. And Eric picks up one of our little RPMs. This one's got a spot right in front of the bow tie, but it is otherwise the scratch and scratch RPM, first Coin found in the roll was one of these. Now coin number 44. 44 goes to Stephen A. And Stephen A gets... this one's a normal coin. That die scratch next to the D tells me so. And 45 for Malcolm. Malcolm. It's a normal coin. This one's got that die scratch again. It's got that die scratch right next to the D. Now number 46. 46 for Adam. Adam Chambers, also Coins and Ghouls, gets coin number 46. And this one, it looks like it's a normal coin. Has a little tiny hit on the upper serif that made it look doubled. Turns out, though, that it is a normal coin. Up to number 47. We've got 4 coins left in the roll. 4 coins left in the roll. This is the first of those 4. This one's for Stanley. Hello, Stanley. I'm glad you are here, sir. And I have to think, perhaps, I haven't really asked you, but am I pronouncing your last name properly when I do pronounce it? Zolkowski? Not a whole lot of guesswork involved, but I just want to be sure, because I don't want to pronounce somebody's name improperly and get into the habit of doing so. My very own Amber, who works our invoices for like the first 6 months to a year, I knew her. I pronounced her last name incorrectly. Her last name is spelled Pannell. So it looks like panel, right? Well, it's not panel, it's Pannell. I just like to pronounce everybody's name properly. I like for my name to be pronounced properly. My family name is Daughtrey. And I like for my name to be pronounced Daughtrey. Not Daughtery, not Doherty, not Doherty. It's Daughtrey. It's pretty easy. It's pretty simple, too. Just 2 syllables. 9 letters, 2 syllables. Daughtrey. And here is the last coin in the roll for Mr. Adams. Thank you, Stanley. I'm happy to pronounce people's names correctly, especially when they're names that tend to have a little bit of difficulty attached to them. I remember there was a sergeant in the Air Force when I was stationed in Germany. I was stationed over there with him, and his last name started with an RCZC. Those are the first 4 letters. RCZC. ESOTARSKI, and his name was Rezatarsky. Took me a little while to get that one right. Here's all of our normal coins in this roll. And then for die varieties, kind of got 3 stacks that I'm putting together. And those 3 stacks sum up to number 32, number 17, number 7, number 40, number 4, number 43, 37, 35, 30, 28, 21, 19, 18, 8, 6, and 1. And those coins are for Yeoman, Deanne, Malcolm, Penny Hoarder, Dennis, Crispy, Mike, Malcolm, Crispy, Deanne, Eric, Angie, Carl, Adam, Pete Adams, and Mike Birchman. So that's what we have out of the first roll for the week. That is reveal number 410. I appreciate you guys coming by. The next reveal will take place in about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes. It will be reveal number 411. Reveal number 411. I'm not going to lie to you. I have no idea what it is. Let me think in my head. Nope, don't remember. but it'll be reveal number 411. The show will be coming up in about 5 to 10 minutes. I'll see you then. Go over and wait for me, and I'll be right there. Yeah, 1960D. That's right. Thank you.